Everybody, this is Elizabeth and Joanne with World's Cup of Joe, Awaken Your Soul. For those of you that are new to our channel, welcome. This is your new home for balanced energy in your twin flame connection. I tell you guys what we do and how we help beautiful souls in their journey. As you guys who have been returning know, Joanne and I are both in permanent relating experiences with our twin flames. We have gone through it all, the separation, the dark night, and we are balancing now, and our people are by our sides, and they have been, and we are in permanent relating experiences. And this is the energy we're sharing with you all. We are teaching you all, we are guiding you all how to get to this place of neutralized, balanced energy where your twin flame craves you. And so for those of you that know, we do have a life-changing, and when I say life-changing, I'm serious about that, life-changing 30-day twin flame detox program. So for those of you that haven't had your chance to experience it yet, check it out on the link below. We also have an ultimate balancing program for those of you that are in contact or have had some kind of magnetization of your twin flame in any form. There's no other balancing program out there for your twin flame connection like ours. I'm serious, loves. Check out our videos comments. See for yourself what people are saying about how they are doing our detox and they've magnetized their soul back. Seriously, go through our videos and look in the comments and you will see how life-changing our 30-day detox program really is. So with that being said, let's get on to our video and let us share some soul balanced energy with you guys. Here's the question. Is there ever a moment in this journey that I can be comfortable with opening my heart to other suitors? Am I comparing, or is this preference? This journey feels bittersweet. I'm still in physical separation with my person. I do notice that he is checking out my social media. However, there has been no contact. Just recently, I decided to open myself up to dating others. I met an amazing man, and after our first date, I quickly shut down any possibility of continuing to know each other or continuing dating. I felt uncomfortable with the idea of getting intimate with another person, even if it's just getting to know him. I used to enjoy romance and I'm a people person, but after separation, I no longer connect with others the same romantically. It's like I can tell that we are connecting through mind or body energies only, and I feel exhausted shortly after any interactions. With my person, hours would go by and it would feel timeless. I felt a sense of tranquility around him. Now I'm at a point where I feel like I should remain single, but it feels like I'm closing my heart. Wow. Okay, Joanne, let's get deep with this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's a lot of things that popped up for me. First, you are absolutely right. Me and Elizabeth have talked about this a lot. And when we interact with other people, right, soulmates, so friends, family, other souls, we come back home seeking solitude and just at peace. And I mentioned this, I had a big family reunion, like from family members from Philippines that flew here, multiple family members come here to see us. And I could not wait to go back home and be at one with my soul. The reason being is interacting with anyone, unfortunately, especially those that are not awakened, it is exchanging energy of others. Now, let's get deeper on that as well. That is just interacting with others. Now, let's say romantically, like being with someone else that is not of your soul, because being with your soul is like being by yourself. Your person is you. They are your exact match. And being in their presence, you'll never tap out of that energy of soul because they are your soul. And so that's why it's so addicting for so many people. It's like, gimme, 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 because you'll never stop being with your person. And you have to be conscious of your energy, or you can overdose, right? You can overdose off of the energy by being very, very needy and wanting every piece of that energy to the extent of where they have to pull. That's just how the energy works after soul recognition. After soul recognition has happened, you are now conscious of the energy, and your responsibility is to choose you in every interaction and make sure you're not pushing and being in mind and making your journey about your person. Perfect example. I leave the house. As soon as I leave the house, the mind wants to go back home and stay in the presence of my soul all day, every day, all day, every day, all day, every day. And it will never, ever run out of that. It was so funny. I was just talking to Elizabeth. I heard her and her person talking. And after he left, like the first thing she said was like, I can't imagine anyone wear a tank top, I think is what you said, love, and be so hot, right? See, that's just how the twin energy works.
My person, he walks around like the 90% of the time he's at home and he's always comfortable, right? Unless he's working, he puts on a button down, but he wears basketball shorts and a tank top that you would wear almost like practicing basketball. And I don't think it's any surprise that I freaking loved basketball when I was 12 to 14. And I manifested a twin flame that wears the exact thing that makes me go, the basketball shorts and a tank top.
Yes. So that no matter how many years, no matter how many times, no matter how many moments you've had with your twin flame, you're never going to get tired. You're never going to be over it. And you're always going to want more. So that's something that you're not going to experience with another soul. Unfortunately, another soul will be of a different energy than yours. It's not like you just hanging out by yourself all day, every day at home, all day, every day with your person. They're both the same thing. Me at home chilling with my editing or watching something or listening to something or just honestly just sitting on the couch doing nothing, reading, whatever. I can do that on my own and I feel at peace. And I can do those same things next to my person and I'm at peace. But doing those being moments, that is of soul. But doing those being moments with other people who are constantly in mind, asking questions, needing things, you're not in that same energy of you get me, I get you. We don't need to talk. We don't have to do anything. Let's just be right now. And it's enough, right? That's what it feels like to be with your person. And then that's just like being next to each other intimately. Like, again, it's another level. It's like fireworks, right? Because no one gets you intuitively as you. So you know you and you get you. Now, comparing those subconsciously, because you will, you're always forever for the rest of your life. I'm sorry, Divine Feminines, always going to have your person in the back of your mind. And no one will ever compare. No one, no matter how amazing another soul may be, and that may very well be amazing, it's just not going to be your soul. And so you just have to know that they're two different types of people, right? There's your soul, and then there's all these other people that are just other souls that's never going to touch your one soul. And that's okay. That's just how relationships are. You have your friends, your family, and other people that are pretty much just like your friends and family. And even though you might have a romantic situation with them, it's not going to be your soul. You're never going to hold hands, make eye contact, make love the same way as you would with your soul as any other soul. Ever, ever, ever. No one is going to shift your world upside down the way your person has. And it's almost like every cell of your being is a yes, right? Every cell of your being is a yes because they were created for you and you were created for them, right? It's just the way your energies are. It's the same vibration. So expecting that from someone else, and I don't think you are, you're just trying to understand how someone amazing does not resonate in this deep capacity as you are here. No other soul is going to top your soul. So being in acceptance of how things are and what certain people are, right, that are in your life, which is your soul family. That's your soul family, my love. You're going to see soulmates and then your twin flame. And then you're going to have to identify which one is which from resonance, and which one is one that you find that is a hard yes. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to not date, right? I would say if someone resonates with you and the universe brings you someone that you can dance with and it resonates, then you dance. And when it doesn't, or if it doesn't, then you just dance with yourself, right? You're going to dance. It's almost like the universe is right here and I'm dancing by myself, living my best life. And then my person comes and I'm dancing with my person. I'm living my best life. Oh, shoot. This other person, another soul, is next to me. And you know what? This resonates right now. Or vice versa. You are with a soulmate and then your person comes in and you want your person instead of your soulmate. That's why we always say you get to choose, because when your energy is of soul, your soul is there and you get to decide like, hey, does this resonate? Or you know what? I really like being with a soulmate because I like being in the romantic energy. I like being in mind, not in the sense of like push, like fear-based mind, but I like using my mind without worrying if I'm pushing my person. Let's get real. A lot of you guys probably resonate with the frustrations of staying aligned with soul and being in soul. So it's totally understandable that you would find like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm ready to date. And if I do, and I meet someone who resonates, they might not be or ever be my soul, but that's okay. And I'm okay with that too. So be okay with what you feel, my love. What you are feeling is normal. Intimacy is very, very sacred, especially awakened now. It's a transfer of energy. It is a transfer of energy, and you are sharing a piece of your energy with someone else. And if it doesn't resonate, now that you've awakened to the twin flame connection, awakening to your exact vibration, it doesn't resonate in that capacity, you're going to notice. You're going to notice, ooh, I know what a hard yes looks like, and I know what a maybe or settling looks like. And there are very many successful twin flames that are able to be with a soulmate, and they are able to balance okay with their energy, knowing it's different. And that's acceptance with this here and now. I know that the soulmate is never going to give me and have me experience what I experienced with my soul. That's fine. This is two different types of energies and different types of connections. And I get to choose which resonates for me. I get to choose which makes my heart open and stays open. And I want you to know, if you decide to be with a soulmate, it's not push. If you're being with a soulmate for you, choosing you and doing that because it brings you joy. It's also okay to be by yourself and choosing that because it brings you joy. What you want to do is you're always choosing you. That's no surprise that your person is watching your social media. I would say that's totally and of course, right? You're in the vibration of soul. Of course, my soul's going to keep watching me. I would make sure to have caution in that part of you that knows they're watching you. Like that alone can be the reason why that's all you'll get. I would probably close that part of you that knows he's watching your social media, and also ask if you're ever posting for him that you know he's watching your social media. I'm just being real. That's part of like closing leaks. So that's just us like giving you the tough love, my love. I know how this energy works. I could see it like from the back of my mind. This is why we are so accurate with the energy. We can spot it a mile away. If you are able to close that part of your leak, you're always going to get more. Your soul's going to bring you more and more and more of what you are, which is soul. So if you keep leaking off of them seeing your social media and the part of you is wondering why haven't they reached out, they're not going to reach out. It's going to be, I'm going to focus on me. I don't care about all this. I'm going to delete, remove all this stuff. I'm actually not going to check. I'm also not going to post. Like if there's a way for you to post and like remove your person from seeing that post, I would say that intent is amazing. That's magnetic. And that's probably when they'll reach out because they haven't seen you pose because your energy is really focused on you and making it about you and closing the leaks and opportunities for you to get a hit off of your person's energy. Go ahead, my love. So much to share, but so freaking good.
Yeah, so good. You make up a really good point with the social media. And you can always ask yourself, all of you guys out there, you can find out what your leaks are very, very simply, because the mind will fight closing them off. Because soul doesn't care. Remember, soul doesn't care. So if you ask yourself, hey, can I unfriend him, unfollow him, so he can't see my stuff? If the mind starts fighting and coming up with things like, but then he might get mad at me, or da 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 da, whatever the mind is coming up to fight you doing that, closing off that leak, you know it's a leak and you know it needs to be closed. If you can be in that place of course I can close it out so he can't see me, then it's not a leak for you, but it's still a good thing to close out, because if you are checking, then there's a part of you that still has this kind of expectation or preference towards them checking, right? There's a part of you, the mind, that's still seeking something, knowing that they are still looking at you, still looking at your page. So I would say definitely close it out, but you can know foolproof, yes, I am leaking off this, by how the mind responds. Because remember, leaks are basically pathways to the addict's hits, essentially. That's what they are. They are a way for the mind to get a hit, and the mind will fight every way of saying no if you're trying to close that up. If you're trying to say, I'm no longer going to get a hit from this, I'm no longer going to feed this addiction. So that's how you can tell. But yes, going back to the original question of, meeting someone, and they may be the most amazing person, right? You even said yourself, they seem like a wonderful person. This connection is such that no matter how amazing another soul is, they will just not resonate the same for the majority of divine feminines. A divine feminine is never going to be able to really, really, truly be able to be in a place where they are at peace and acceptance of a soulmate. Some of you are. That's why I said the majority. The majority of divine feminines are going to be at a place where it will not resonate ever again. Ever again. I don't care if you're 20 years old and you have your whole life to live, and there's that fear of, oh my gosh, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. No, cancel. But the soulmates just don't resonate the same way. Why? Because you have to now, you've been awakened to know that you're soul and to start aligning with soul. And a soulmate's going to meet you and engage with you in mind. That's why it doesn't resonate. They could be the most amazing person, but they're not going to interact with you in soul. They're not going to talk to you from a place of soul. They're going to talk to you from mind. They're going to feed you mind energies. And so however amazing they are, you're still absorbing and feeling that mind energy that you're trying to get away from, that you're trying to release, that you're trying to align out of. And suddenly you're like inundated with this mind energy. And that's why it doesn't resonate. It's nothing about the person. It's not anything personal against the person. It's just the energy no longer resonates. And that's what I want you guys to all understand. This connection is so energetic. And this, not only is this connection energetic, this journey is one where you find out that everything around you is built on energy, that life is energy. There's only two kinds of energies, fear and love. There's only two kinds of energies, mind and soul. And when you are around any kind of soulmates that are asleep in mind, that's energy you're taking in. When you're around other people who are spiritual, that resonate with you, most likely they're aligning to soul like you. And that's why you can be in their proximity. You can be in the same proximity as them and you can be okay. But this is an energetic awakening, essentially. You have awakened to knowing that we are built, we have been designed through source energy, which is the energy of love. That's all this world is. It is energy. And so that's what you're feeling, my love. You're feeling a disconnection to mind energy through the other souls that you're meeting and experiencing interactions with. So what do? You keep aligning with soul. You keep focusing on you and everything that is meant to be in your soul vibration, including your person. will come back when you are aligned to that highest self of yours. And I truly, truly believe that that's the divine truth of this journey. Like when you're aligned to your highest energetic vibration of love, of soul, and I want to put that caveat, it has to be towards your person for your person to come back. But the rest of the days when you're interacting with others, you're still aligning to that soul that you are, because that's where you're manifesting your best life from. So there's sort of like two components of your journey, right? You have the personal side, that all things for yourself are categorized in your professional, your family, your friendships, all that is in one little bucket. And the other side is your person. You have to be aligned with soul towards your person for them to come back into your space. And for the manifesting your best life, you have to be aligned with soul towards the stuff in your life for those things to come in. So they're sort of like almost like two different streams, because you can't be aligned with soul but in mind about your person and expect your person to come in. It just won't work. It has to be two flowing energetic abilities to be able to align with soul for your highest self, as well as to align with soul to be the vibrational match of your person. If that,
I think when we get into this awakening, when we truly embody this awakening as soul, right? You all know what unity consciousness feels like, right? It's freedom. It's pure bliss. And so we get selfish with our energy. That's really what it is. I'm so selfish with my energy. I'm not going to share it with random strangers. I'm not going to share it with people that don't value it. You get to be so selfish with your energy. And I really recognize how spoiled we are. Seriously, we're all really, really spoiled to have an actual physical person in this time-space reality that is our exact energy. And so this is why so many people love it. Just came to me, and this is a big download for all of you. This is why so many people are so obsessed and like in addictive energy regarding their person, because we've never experienced our own energy in front of us, with us. And when you're in this energy of love, your person gets to experience the same energy, my loves, all of you, the energy you feel, and you're awakened to it. So you can feel it even without your person. That's why people can leak off of the energy of their person without ever seeing their person, just checking their social media or talking to their person, and just their social media is enough for them to be satiated through the energy. But that energy that I'm telling you, you all feel towards your person, when you align with soul, that is the energy that is very, very magnetic to your soul. And when you're both in that same energy of oneness, it's an energy that cannot be duplicated by anyone else, because it is your soul. I feel like I'm still so spoiled that I get to be with myself. When I go home and I take off the mask with everyone else around me, friends, family, again, everyone around me that is another soul, I get to go home and be. And my person is there, and I don't have to take in his mind. I don't have to take in his mind. Guess what? Guess why? Because our people come into our space with that same vibration of soul. So just like they cannot take in our mind, well, when they're in mind, we're not repelled by it. It's so weird. I can have him be next to me and just really like not happy, but he doesn't impact me the way like my son is not happy. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the level of neutrality he puts me in, whether he's happy, sad, or angry, it doesn't touch me because I am of the same energy. And he's a lot more calm in my space. Like when he's near me, he falls asleep faster. He just is so chill. It's almost like when I'm in soul, his soul feels our oneness, and we're just at peace. And so these are the dynamics of this energy that is never going to be duplicatable by anyone else. And that's why it is so addicting. Our soul is so addicting, The good thing is this is your energy. It's the energy that you seek is your energy. And when you reach unity consciousness, that oneness with all, you are in the vibration of everything that you are, which is love, abundance, and obviously your person. So when you feel into this oneness of soul, you don't need your person, you don't need anyone else, and you are literally a match to all.
Actually gave me sort of a perspective and a download. And it's sort of along the lines what you and I were talking about in a conversation earlier today. So for those who started balancing your person and you're starting to understand, like you said, Joanne, they're always this tool to come back to a place of alignment. Like you're always recognizing when you're in mind, because they're like almost like the spotlight, this mirror in front of you that's showing you you're in mind. But when you're engaging with anybody else, it's really, really easy to go to mind reactively. But when you have learned to start balancing, you're very, very focused and intentional, and you're not like that with everybody else. And I'll give you an example. This morning, and I shared this story with you, Joanne, this morning, my daughter came in before school and she asked me to do something, and then immediately the mind went straight to subconscious, went straight to being annoyed, like, oh my gosh, I don't have time. She's giving me extra work to do and I'm already, running around trying to get her ready for school. And it was this automatic subconscious reaction. But that doesn't happen anymore with our person. Like maybe it does very, very rarely, like certain times a month when we're more in mind, just in general. But we have conditioned ourselves to be so conscious with our responses, with our reactions, with our energy, with our person, that it doesn't happen the same way. And we don't go into mind this, like at that, it's almost like at lightning speed with other people. It just is natural subconscious reaction. And we don't do that with our people. So really, when you're learning how to balance, it will get to this place. I want to assure you guys, it does get to this place where balancing your person becomes so easy because they completely don't become the forefront anymore of anything. So, and it becomes easy to balance with them because when they interact with you, they're not interacting through mind with you, towards you. They're so soul with you that it's easy to really stay balanced in their presence. Whereas like your children, like my daughter came in grumpy this morning with something she wanted me to throw away for her, and it immediately put me in mind. Why? Because she was in mind. And I saw it on her face. I saw the energy on her face was low vibrational. She was tired. She didn't want to go to school. And it immediately had me go straight to subconscious. And that's why the difference also with relating with your person versus anybody else, because your person doesn't do that with you.
No.
They don't come to you with that type of energy the way everybody else does.
They're not going to come with you with mind about you. They're only going to come to you with mind that they're dealing with, but it's not like you're not having dinner table conversations of what you did to them, as opposed to other souls that want to talk to you all day in mind.
You just said, they don't come to you about stuff, mind energy towards you. So like my daughter this morning was in mind and it's like, Mom, I need you to do this. There was a need, right? Or then I get into the car and I have my other daughter texting me, hey, I need you to do this. Or Mom, I need you to do this. The energies that our people bring to us, yes, they may vent and they may be in mind about work, about family, about anything else, but they never come to us to solve. They never come to us because they need something. It's sort of like almost this habitual, I'm just telling you what's going on with my day, but I don't need anything from you. I'm just sort of sharing with you what's going on. And I don't need a response. I don't need you to fix anything. I just am telling you. And that's sort of the difference where everyone else sort of needs from us. They need our energy. They need us to do something. They need for us to validate them, whatever it is. There's this level of, I would almost say like desire, right? Like, and I'm not on the scales of consciousness, the desire equals need. You need something from someone else. And that's the energy a lot of people bring to us is, I need this from you.
I think I know why now we're such experts of the energy of need and like being like, because we had to practice it with a person. We had to have learned not to be needy. We have had to have learned to be empowered, to not have to seek externally. And then so when other people need that from us, we could like almost, it's almost like an empath, right? We can feel the addictive energy that other people have towards needing us. And because we're so neutral with it now on our own personal journey regarding our person, we're so sensitive with the energy. Like if I feel like someone really, really needs me and they need me to do stuff, like to me, I like the freedom. I like the free will of me being able to do things on my own. And, you know, an example I have is like my mom, she'll give me expectations. She'll say, I need you to do this, this, and this. And it's like, you know, mom, I want to do that when I want to, at my terms, when I'm ready, in my own time, because I don't want to make promises to other people when I make me priority now, right?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
people please anymore. My energy is so sacred and I work so hard to recognize my energy that I don't want to give it away to everyone else that wants it. And I preserve my energy. I preserve my energy. I know what it feels like. Just like what you said, when you feel like you're like interacting with soulmates or that person that you were interacting with, that's truly how I feel at a lot of times, just interacting with friends or family, or even just like going to a store, right? Interacting with other people. Everything is an exchange of energy. And because we work so hard in preserving our energy and being in this vibration of love, because I know this is like so deep. In my mind, I'm thinking the only two people that I can interact with without losing my energy is my person and Elizabeth. And so I know
I'm the same. I'm the same way, love. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I cannot interact with other people's mind energy. And I think it's because my person will never give me his mind energy. He has it about other people, but not towards me. And then I think it's because me and you have practiced balancing our energy together because of what we do, that we would never intentionally give our mind energies to each other. Like we want to consciously work towards being in the vibration of love, that we're so conscious of when our energies are in fear or in mind, because we're experts. We're experts of the energy from both of us being twins in permanent relating experiences with our person. So I can interact with you because you're balanced and neutralized like me, and you respect and recognize my energy and your energy, and it just feels like I'm interacting with myself, really, because we're both doing the same thing with our twin flames. And so when we interact with other people, they're not conscious of the energy. They don't understand, and they will take your energy or push their own energy towards you. And that's what you're feeling, my love, which is amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. What you're doing is recognizing energy, recognizing and preserving your energy. And I'm telling you, my loves, when you guys make this journey and your focus on you so priority, your soul tribe will come. The people that are in your exact vibration are going to be a perfect match to you. And so is it your person? Is it another soul? Is it a soulmate? Is it a friend? Is it a family? We don't need to figure out who they are. We just need to be in the vibration of love. Okay, sorry, I have to share this. When we identify people, can you share that, love? I'm sorry, it was so deep. When we identify people by the labels and names of who they are instead of just energy. I know, it's really good. You have to share.
This is literally like every day I will try to dissect the energy I'm in, and then like these just downloads come to me, and it's just so random. But this is why when you say we're experts in energy, Joanna, because day in, day out, this is what we do. We analyze energy of everything going on in our lives, of every like interaction we get, like that comes into our experience. We're asking ourselves, What energy was I in that brought this in? We're analyzing every energy period, not just to do with our twin flame, but everything, right? Like, because we don't really even have to ask about our twin flame anymore because we're balanced with them. So now it's like this, how do we understand the energy at play with every single other thing? So I was thinking about it, and I was picturing just random people at the gym, just random people. And I was thinking about how you, Joanne, had told me the story once about Eckhart Tolle saying that a child who asks about a tree, as soon as they know the label of tree, will never look at that tree the same way again. And I was thinking about that in terms of people, and actually with everything. Once we have learned to label something, so once you learn someone's name, for example, you now have started this process of creating limiting beliefs and expectations of who that person is through that label, and you see them a little bit differently each time. And it's almost, picture this. Picture someone's name, any name that you know, a person that has that name. You're going to feel an energy come up within when you think of that. Maybe it's going to be like an energy that feels good. Maybe it's going to be an energy that feels not so good. But there's an energy attached to the label of a name. And the same thing when you think of in smaller terms. Let's say you are, okay, we'll give an example of dog, right? A type of dog. Pit bull. Pit bull. Some of you guys that are listening are going to hear the name label pit bull, and you're going to feel fear. Why? Because you've heard over and over throughout your childhood, most likely, that pit bulls are the most dangerous dogs there are. Now, there's going to be another section of you that have heard that label and are freaking in love with pit bulls. They're your favorite dogs. You purposely go and search for them because you know that they have been given a bad rap, and you love pit bulls. Either way, the label is bringing out this response, this automated limiting belief response from you that has been created because of the label. And that is now how you view that person, that thing, that place. It's all through these minds, the mind's ability to take a label and to now create a story around that label. And so for those of you that had never heard of pit bulls, and suddenly you see a picture of a pit bull and you know nothing about it, you just see this picture of a pit bull, you don't have a label for it, you're not going to probably feel one way or another. It's going to probably be a pretty neutral response because there's no label, there's no story attached. The same way when you see people, you don't know them, you don't know their name, you don't have a story about them. There's been no story created. There's this feeling of neutrality. You might recognize their energy that they're giving off, but you're not going to go home and sit there and ruminate about their energy because there's nothing. You're sort of just feeling into it like the observer, which is soul. You're seeing and recognizing that there's an energy being emitted, but you're not creating a story around the person. You're not going to go home and think about them. So that's sort of the download that I got this morning, is that labels really put us in a box with how we now interact going forward with all things, places, and experiences that we have that label for.
Those labels too are duality. It's like, oh, that makes me feel good. Oh, that makes me feel bad, versus of what it just is, right? So when you can get to a place of non-duality with energies of people, you will be so neutral with all there is. Same goes with your person. Really, let's get real. The word twin flame is a label.
Oh, we ended up getting deeper on too with that same conversation, Joanne, is like, you were asking me, well, how do we take this and apply it to our people? How do we share this information with others that they can neutralize that energy with their person? And I told you, I was like, it's so weird because ever since I met my person, it's really hard for me to call him by his first name. I actually call him when I have to like call him in the house, I actually call him his first and his last name together, because calling him by his first name just feels weird to me. It's just like, there is no label, right? He is no label. I can't say my boyfriend about him. He's really just my person, me.
It's our way to describe the energy. Our person is the energy of us, which is undescribable in words and terms and labels. And so we've neutralized our ability to see our person through the way everyone else sees our people, where it's just, they're us. They are resonating in the energy of us, and there's no specific. That's why even the word twin flame doesn't give it justice, right? Because there's so
No,
many
it
people that
doesn't.
construed it when really it's just energy. It's your
But yeah,
energy.
because the first time, what did I say? The first time I heard twin flame, I thought it was like a soulmate on steroids, not really knowing what it truly, truly was. And so that was the label that was formed. That was the vision that was created. That's why twin flames is like, it will never do justice to what this is. This is me in another body experiencing my source energy reflected back at me.
Yeah. This is deeper than labels, than titles, than even words. It's energy and we can all feel it. And there's that
Joanne,
resonance deeper.
I want to share that story. It's a brief story that I shared with you this weekend that I was so crazy. I said I had a twin flame moment. So I'm in bed, my person's in bed, he's playing a video game, I'm playing on my phone, and we're probably sitting side by side for about 45 minutes. Like he's just doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. And there was this sudden urge, I don't know why, there was a sudden urge to reach out and grab his hand. So I moved my hand, and right at the moment, I'm not joking, right at the millisecond that I moved my hand to reach out to hold his, he did the same exact thing. And I texted you and I was like, it was almost like an awkward, like we hit each other awkwardly because we both weren't expecting the other person to reach out at the exact same moment. And I was just like, of course. And that's when I was like, of course we would do that. We were both in the exact same energy at the exact same moment and wanted to touch other the other part of ourselves at the
Yeah.
exact same moment. It was such a
Twin,
cool experience. Yeah.
twins. It's totally twin moment. We are now, all of us are now becoming this expert in recognizing energy. There's an energy and vibration different when it comes to your person, and there's an energy and vibration that is different when it comes to other souls. The difference is one of your soul, your person, is your energy, and everyone else is just all the other people in this entire world that is of other. And when it comes to your twin flame, it is of your soul, which is your exact match. And that's why it's not something that we can ever understand logically, but we can feel intuitively that they are a perfect match. And that is why no one else will resonate. And that is why this journey is so hard, is because we don't want to obsess and make it all about them. It's just the energy is so intoxifying, right? It's like you can drool off of the energy because there's nothing that can ever duplicate it, because it's only your energy, and that's the same energy as your person. And so to be in this situation you're in, where you're like, why can't anyone else resonate? And why does everyone else give me this energy of mine and fear? And I don't have that with my person. And I can literally have lifetimes in their presence, and I'll never run out of my own energy, because you're not exchanging, you're being in the same energy and vibration that you are in. And there's nothing, and no one will ever resonate in that deepest level of soul. That's why the word twin flames doesn't give it justice, because I can't even put into words how this energy of your one soul feels between the two bodies, and the knowing that's tied between the both of those. When you can look at your mom, you can look at your sister, you can look at a stranger and just know, okay, another soul, another soul, another soul. I can be in mind towards them. I'm not drawn to them. I didn't, this other like soulmate relationship, I didn't have a spiritual awakening with them. I can still talk to them in mind, while this other phenomenon connection pushes me into the depthest, the biggest, highest spiritual awakening. And the deeper and deeper I get into this soul energy, the more and more my soul reflects it in the physical, hence they're able to see you in your social media. And I want to stress this to all of you. The more you make this journey about you and your spiritual awakening in your journey, the more and more your soul, which is what this whole journey is all about, can show you and reflect to you more and more of your twin flame in the physical. The more you can make it about you, the more you get of your twin flame in the physical, because they are you. They are you. There's no other exact match as you. So you might as well start making this journey about you, my love. You need to start making it all about you from here on out, so that you can receive your exact vibrational match in the physical, whether it's your soul tribe that are literally in your vibration, right? Like I told you guys, Elizabeth is like, me and Elizabeth are like, I can't imagine being able to meet anyone else that just gets me the way she does, because we are so balanced in our connection with our people that she knows what it takes to sustain this energy. And it's the energy I try to be in all day, every day. It's the energy she's in all day, every day. And that's why when me and her co-create with one of you beautiful souls who do a session with us, we fly. We're like, oh, we're literally flying, because you guys are all doing the same thing we are. This is a like soul's freaking journey, and we're all in it together. We're all in it together. That's why when you stumbled in this channel and you finally recognize why everything is making so much sense, is because we're all in this beautiful cray, let's get real, cray effing journey. We're all in this crazy, beautiful journey together. We love you guys so much. We hope you've shifted through that, because that question got us into this whole other level of really showing you the gifts of this journey and being able to be an expert in balancing the energy of this journey, so you can not only balance all of what matches your energy and the physical, but also balance your soul and your twin flame as well, because they are of your soul. We love you guys so much. We hope you have an amazing day. Bye, love.
Bye, love.